here we go. We got a question right away. Thank you so much. My husband always wants to make me upset, and I don't understand why. Have you asked him why it seems to be one of his favorite things to do is to hurt your feelings? Because it might be possible that he's thinking, oh, I'm just being funny. Oh, it's not really that big a deal. But you might have to sit him down and say, it's a really big deal. So let him know how you feel about this. This is a very common thing that I hear in these lives about how some things can be fixed. Some can be somewhat fixed with having an adult grown-up conversation with your partner, as in naming things that are upsetting you, just coming out and saying them. Okay, I did talk to him about it, but he continues to do it. Does he know how much this hurts you? He might be thinking, yeah, you kind of said that and I kind of don't want to whatever, but here we go. Here are the words you can use. Do you have any idea how much that hurts me? Do you know that your behavior hurts me? And unless you stop, let me tell you, this is becoming a deal breaker. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But this kind of stuff compounded over time, that's horrid, right? My ex left me, but he wants to wait for me when the right time comes, but is it worth coming back? Let me read that again. My ex left me, but he wants to wait for me when the right time comes, but is it worth coming back? No. Somebody who leaves you will leave you again. I don't know what the reasons were that he left, but that's huge. That's huge. Abandoning somebody in just because things are tough. Life is tough. We don't quit our jobs just because things get tough. We work them through because we're committed and we want our paycheck, or we're passionate about the work we do. We don't quit our kids. We don't kick them out because they're annoying or we're exhausted. Like, we don't run. Now, unless there's abuse and some really crazy ass narcissistic whatever behavior, yeah, run. But what I'm saying is you need that a certain level of commitment, and I mean real commitment, for a relationship to work. And without that, you're setting yourself for a world of hurt. My opinion, that's what my practice has given me. So let me know if that's helpful. And okay, and she says here, yes, thank you. Oh, I'm glad. But again, everybody, feel free to sit down with your partners and talk. I don't know. We get it's like we're afraid of confronting. We seem to think that, well, what if it gets out of hand? What if they get angry? They're going to get angry. You're getting angry. Anger is a very normal emotion, and you will experience that with your partner no matter what. So start dealing. He swears at me whenever we argue and has disrespected me, though I trust him again because I love him. Okay, love and trust have nothing to do with each other. You can love somebody very, 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 very much, but not trust them. I have many friends that I love them to death, but I will not trust them with certain things because they don't deliver. And it's the same with partners. Love is not trust. Trust is not love. Huge difference. Huge. Do you do friendship advice? Sure, I do get quite a bit of friendship advice in here too, so feel free to post your questions. Talking is difficult. Yes, it is. Talking is difficult. We try to avoid conflict by not talking. It's a temporary band-aid. Am I wrong? Yes. Unfortunately, you are wrong. Because you cannot have a relationship work if you're holding back on truths. Nothing serves a relationship that avoids conflict, because you are two different people, you are two different heads, two different brains, two different experiences about life. And this is why you're together. You've decided you like each other, and the other person likes you for you, including your truths. Whether they like it or not, they need it. And so I highly recommend you start getting used to talking about the difficult things. And just because it's conflict, it doesn't mean it's bad. if there is any kind of violence or there's any kind of name calling or physically, emotionally, any of that abusive stuff, no place in relationships. But you could talk. Okay, my partner and I talk about everything. It's amazing how much it helps. I love your content. Oh, you're sweet. Isn't it? It is incredible because A, you get to know your partner better. B, your partner gets to know you better. And C, you get to process all the bumps without holding on to this kind of crap that builds. This is why people get passive aggressive. This is why people get, they start doing kind of addictive sort of behaviors to escape because they're afraid of the conflict. But once you get that down, you learn how to disagree. But yeah, my freebie will help a lot with that. So my 3 close friends that are all very privileged in a lot of ways and left me when I was, is there another content? Gaslighting and everything I go through, abuse, etc. How do I deal with losing those close friends? And they blame me for being homeless. It has been hard losing close friends, and they kept gaslighting me, I guess. And everything I do, everything I go through, abuse, etc. Okay, so you have described relationships with these friends that are not healthy. They don't care about you. Not really. Maybe you've served a purpose to them up until this point, but perhaps they're disturbed by your homelessness and they feel guilty because they're not, and they don't know what to do with their feelings. Or maybe they really are pricks who believe that homelessness is, ew, we stay away. Maybe it's contagious, or maybe it's people, life gets tough. Life gets tough. There are ups and there are downs and there are bumps. Friends who abandon you in times of trouble are not friends. Okay, I'm stuck with a situation with my ex before he left. He said this won't be the last time. The last time for what? That he's going to back and forth on you? Not healthy. Not healthy. Stay in, stay committed, or get the fuck out. That is now my motto, because I was trying to find the line that says everything I'm really trying to say. Love strong or move along. If your relationship is unhealthy, make it healthy. Insist on it being healthy. Do everything you can for this to be something good for both of you. If you can't, then move on. Hi, doctor. Hello. But I'm unsure on to going back. I cannot stress enough. People who hurt you once are likely to hurt you again, unless you know for certain that they have done this amazing overhaul and you see proof of that in every aspect of their life. Why do I always end relationships? Are you scared of them? Are you scared of intimacy? Are you scared of closeness? Are you scared that you're going to be hurt? Those are the usual suspects on that. If I get too close, they're going to leave me, so I'll leave them before I do. Just so you know, all of us are afraid of being hurt. Nobody loves it, but it's part of the process of getting to the person we really love and then working things through with them. Is it possible that I love someone, but I don't know who it is, but I feel it? I'm not sure that that's a question I can answer. Maybe you just know that you deserve well and that you're holding up for somebody good. That's about the best I could do with that one. He said he wants me to move on and focus on my studies, but he kept everything we did in social media. Mixed messages, don't buy into it. He either wants to be with you and he's right there with you, or he doesn't. This kind of half-seas, this kind of part, this kind of, double messages, maybe whatever, that's not a solid thing. You don't take that to the bank, as they say. I wouldn't count on it. He's either with you, committed to you, wanting to be with you, or he is not. My partner had carried on an emotional relationship in 2020. We've worked it out, still thinking about it. Yeah. My question to you, Chels, is that do you feel like the trust is 100% restored? Or are you thinking, given a situation and some bad things happening, he may do it again. That's my question for you today. Can fleeing be trusted? Somebody who flees? All of us are going to want little exits once in a while, but the exits cannot be in ways that harm other people. So if you're like, I just need a mental break, give me like 20 minutes, give me an hour, you know what? I just need give me a day, let's talk about this again. Quite normal. If it's like, that's it, we're over, not normal. If it's, I don't like what you're doing, so I'm going to go and engage with somebody else, not healthy. I don't know if it's normal or not, but not healthy, and I would certainly never advise anybody to do that. That damages the relationship. Some breaks are okay, some breaks break the relationship. So be very wise in what kind of mental space you allow yourself when you need it. My partner's friends think I am socially awkward. I am planned and went to college for business. His friends, as all university graduate with chemistry and science, I got no background in it, and it's hard to plan a conversation with them. It could be that they're the socially awkward people, and who cares what his friends think, because it's not really kind to expect people who aren't like you to be like you. And I'm sure that if you were around your kind of personality, your kind of career people, and you have those people around, they would be awkward. So don't take any of that to heart. That's their issue. They might find it that they want to exclude you because it's uncomfortable for them because they don't know what to do with you. That's on them. So don't let that bother you. The other suggestion I would have is, if you can, show a little bit more interest in learning about what they're talking about. Because you know you're not one of them. You don't have to be one of them. But maybe one of the things you could do is say, okay, you guys, can you dumb this down? Explain this to me. Okay, be kind. But again, that's one thing you can do if you want, but not necessary. Long distance situation told me he decided to stop his feelings for me. I told him I still like him 100% and left for good. Oh, ow. If your partner leaves you, your partner leaves you. It doesn't mean you deserve to be left. And again, if they leave over things like that, good riddance. Goodbye. Let the door hit you in the ass as you walk away. Don't overthink. People who leave you aren't worthy of you. Doctor, help me. I'm not sure if I should go back to my ex. He also told me I tell him I have found someone new. This is not a relationship. Your ex, you have an ex, and you have someone new, and you have all of this kind of complicated stuff. This is not healthy. I'm telling you right now, don't go back to exes. Exes who leave you will leave you again, or they will hurt you in some way. Now, people make little mistakes, but some things are not forgivable, like leaving. So work that out with him, but don't expect that because you've had some distance, that the dynamic between you has miraculously changed. You're not supposed to be leaving your partner. I always like to be alone. What's the reason? Maybe you like your own thoughts. Maybe you've not had enough alone time in yourself. I encourage people to spend a lot of alone time. How else are you going to hear what's going on inside of you? It's very, very healthy for you to have alone time. Absolutely. And maybe it's just, if you're anything like me, I can get overstimulated by everybody else's stuff. As you can tell, I love interacting with people, high empathy scale, and sometimes we can absorb too much and we need little breaks or big breaks. Thank you so much. I appreciate the advice. Oh, you are most welcome. You're most welcome. And thank you for the follow. All right. I can't stop caring about what his family and friends think about me since my ex of 7 years cheated. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you got cheated on. Totally unclassy, uncool move, and people do it, unfortunately. So I'm really sorry to hear that. But his family and friends, is this about your ex? No, your current, right? Yes, my ex. Okay. We give too much power to other people. We put too much of what other people think of us. Like we give that too much value. We give that too much weight. We are rising and falling according to how other people feel about us. Can you see how little sense that makes? If I happen to be in a room and 12 people don't like me, have I suddenly lost my worth as a human? No. Maybe I'll be in a room and there's 9,000 people who don't like me. Have I lost my worth as a human? No. So please do not hang your identity and your awesomeness on whether or not people like it. Please don't. I know it's hard and it's easy for me to just kind of say that, but I'll tell you right now, it happens too much, and maybe it's just all kinds of self-love and self-care that's missing in your life. Though, do you, doctor, believe on exes working it out again on what went wrong in the past? Absolutely. If they actually worked on it. None of this, oh, I went to a few sessions and now I'm a different person. No. I've had people who were with me who were working on their stuff, and that took months, even years. So some people can change, but a lot of people, unless you're really committed to it, they don't really change. They could change surface enough to maybe convince you. But when it comes to the running and running away from people, that's a really hard one to change. Hello. Hi, is it weird? At 27 years old, I have no interest for social life. Yeah. No, it's not weird. Maybe, again, you are a person who doesn't like a lot of people. Maybe you're a one-on-one kind of person. Maybe you like your groups smaller. Oh, thank you for the roses, you guys. So no, it's not weird for you to, not want to be out there, because social life means different things to other people. If you feel like you're being fake while you're out there, nobody likes that, right? And so maybe the question is more, just make sure that you're being yourself. Are you being yourself when you are social? And if you're not, that also makes you normal, but do your best to really tap into who you really are. He is dating this new girl he cheated on me with. Basically, he's already cheating. He's already proven his lack of interest in you. Notice the shift in my partner's mom since determining I am not having kids. She don't think worthy of him. She doesn't think you're worthy of him. Again, somebody else who has beliefs about you that doesn't matter. How is your relationship with your partner because you've decided that you don't want to have children? That would be more what I would be concerned about. It's normal for them to think, my kid doesn't, parents have a hard enough time sometimes believing that other people can be worthy of their kids, because sometimes, and I've got a couple of sons, sometimes we're really out there in what we expect the world to give to our children, but those are our issues and not yours. So my question is, how is your relationship with your partner since you've had this? Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I'm glad you were here, and you have a good day too. Okay. She doesn't think I'm worthy of him anymore since I decided because I don't want kids. That happens, though. And so I'm so sorry that you have that to deal with right now. And again, that's just one opinion. Some people are, really hell-bent on having grandkids, and they think that that's the only reason that their kids should be with somebody else. So I'm so sorry to hear that. But just so you know, it does not affect your self-value and self-worth and your overall importance as a human. All right. Thanks. You're like an older auntie. I wish I had. Oh, seriously, I get auntie a lot here. So I am happy to be that. Girl, these people be crazy. These people are normal, but there are a lot of kind of misconceptions about what healthy relationship. There's a lot of misunderstanding about what relationships should be. And so that's one of the reasons I get on here, is to put out the good, healthy stuff. So there are no more excuses for people to say, but I didn't know. All I'm telling you, I'm telling you now. Wait, I'm new here. Are you a therapist? I'm a retired clinical therapist. I was a therapist for 35 years. Now I'm a relationship coach, a relationship consultant. So I give advice for free here. And at some point, I'm going to be running some programs. But no, I am no longer a clinical therapist. So sometimes I view my fiance as a child that I may have trouble raising a child with. I'm kind of laughing, but I'm kind of not. Two things. Okay, first of all, they could be that way until they have kids and then they found that grown-up self in them to become better at it. And then they just kind of suddenly grow up when they have children. I have seen that happen. But my question to you is, does your fiance show a healthy level of responsibility in some important parts of his life? My friend does not want to go to college to continue education. I'm guessing, how can I help? That's a very personal decision. The best you could do is help your friend talk it out. As in, sit with your friend and say, hey, what's going on? Tell me more. Let them talk it out. Don't give too much advice, because it sounds like there's so many people already, I'm sure, telling your friend what to do, right? So the best you could do is just be a support and invite conversation without steering the conversation any other way. Your role is simply to support and give your friend some forum, to give them some space to air them out. Can a wife have a male friend? It does happen. And again, it depends on how respectful the wife is about the boundaries and how respectful the male friend is about the boundaries. Where is the line? When you are behaving in any kind of when you are behaving in any borderline romantic way towards this other person, either of you, then no, it's not. It's not a good idea, because now you're in the emotional cheating realm. Doesn't listen to my advice. Okay, so there you go. Your friend doesn't need your advice right now. Your friend likely needs a friend. And that's how these things go, right? And if you really want to be a friend, don't give advice, but give an ear. And congratulate your friend on coming up with a decision that works for them. Because let's face it, college isn't everything for, I know lots of people who've chosen not to follow that route, and they're doing very, very well. So who are we, right, to judge? Much as I really believe in education, as you can tell, that's me. I don't expect anybody else to like that. In fact, some people think I'm probably pretty crazy for doing that much, and some days I agree with them. So let's not judge other people's chosen paths. Thank you for keeping me company here. And I very much appreciate that you've been here.